Hi Sag, this is part 2 of your homework family reading for August 1st through the 15th. I do apologize. I hadn't erased a video from earlier, so I ran out of time. So the first part is just the astrology. The second part is, for you, just the tarot. Because when I was finishing up the astrology, I was like on my very last word when it cut off. So I'm not going to go back into any of that. If you want to hear the astrology, please go back and check out part 1. And you can get all of the astrology that I was giving to you during the homework family readings. Now, let's see. Well, I'm being pulled directly to Thoth. Let's see what Thoth has to say for all Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sagittarius for August 1st through the 15th. I did forget to tell you that you are going to be having, see, I was just told to go back to it. I did forget to tell you you're going to be having your full moon take place on the 15th in an Aquarius, void of course to Pisces. Something's making me look at it. It's going to be going from your 3rd house to your 4th house for Sagittarius. And that's getting into your communication with yourself and the outer community, as well as touching base. And a lot of what we were talking about in part 1 is coming into a new level of your inner emotional security, which is what that universal 4th house is. That's where the full moon will be taking place. So if you didn't learn whatever you're supposed to be learning about how to find and create that I can energy through your inner emotional security, you'll definitely be acknowledging it through that full moon, if not by the 28th, when you have that second window opening or second door opening of illumination. If you didn't make it through on the Lion's Gate and ascend through that, because it's definitely going to be bringing its attentions, and Spirit is telling me again, pay attention to the details in the conversations that you're having with these relationships, because it's going to definitely be addressing it, and you'll be getting spiritual urges. Oh, let me validate I'm right in my notes here. You'll be giving spiritual urges from your higher self of what actions you need to take for your own spiritual growth. Trust your intuition. Trust your inner higher wisdom. Because it's upgrades that are helping you to move forward. And if you don't trust in it, then you won't actually be moving forward. But it's definitely for something for you to know and understand as that full moon approaches on the 15th. Okay. What does Sagittarius need to know from the 1st through the 15th? Oppression. This is 10 of Wands. I actually saw this when I was first meditating on you prior to coming into this. This is speaking to you about all those energies that I was saying in astrology. This is getting past a blocked will. This is where you have patterns, addictions, everyday mundane tasks that you've created, patterns, addictions, that are no longer serving you. And because they're no longer serving you, they're keeping you from moving into what you truly desire, finding your inner emotional security, and stop being so stubborn is what I'm hearing right now. Because being stubborn and inflexible is what I'm looking for. By being stubborn and inflexible, you're keeping yourself from creating everything you truly desire. Don't waste time on sticking with the conflict. Don't waste time on sticking with the blocked will. Don't waste time on trying to create things that are out of your hands. because it's time to change. This is Jupiter in Capricorn. This is speaking to you of creating the above and below, finding your higher self and bringing it down into you. Creating harmony. But nothing's ever set in stone because you are changing and shifting as you learn to go with the flow. This is finding the inside and bringing it outwardly. And I was saying Jupiter is going direct on the 11th, which is also bringing some of those shadow aspects in. So stop sticking with your old ways, the old ways that aren't serving you. There's certain patterns that are working against you, and you're holding on to things. I feel like you're holding on to some things that aren't serving you. It's like I always call it the coulda, shoulda, woulda. I could have done that. I should have done that. I wish I coulda, shoulda, I woulda. And if I would have done that different, it would have been changed. This is you holding on to something that's out of your control, and it's already done, and it's already over with. Get right with self. Get right with self. Let that bullshit go. And get right with self, because it is time for change. And it's time for you to learn to go with the flow and find the new changes. Because you have strength within you. And like I said, you have so much. This is being unshakable. This is finding your self-trust. This is finding endurance of who and what you are and bringing yourself into a new level of self-confidence, a new level of hope and faith and trust within yourself. And as you rise into a new level of your self-value, your self-esteem, you're going to find that this change is going to flow much easier than what you've been trying to hold on to. You've been blocking yourself without acknowledging it in some form. And as you let these things go, it will start to shift for you. Nope. This one is... Nope, that's like 3 in a row and they're throwing me off, so... Ah, I get it now. I keep my cards all upright, and if they want it flipped over, then they flip over, more or less, when I do the cards. But I accidentally had put some in away upside down, and sometimes they start to do that on purpose when they're letting me know I've done something wrong. Is this all for Sagittarius? Yep. Sagittarius, they're giving us, or giving you, you have abundance, 3 of abundance coming in. This is 3 of cups. This is, you have celebration you could be having coming in, but this could also be a third-party situation. This is also speaking to yourself of the Princess of Swords. I'm going to explain it all in a minute. The Princess of Swords is... she's very much fighting the inner world and her outer world. You might be keeping yourself from having your abundance, like I was saying before, or like the cards were saying before, because you're allowing too many situations in. Because this could be, you're all over the place. Come on, you're Sagittarius, you're scattered all over the place. Because what I'm getting next is defeat. This could be, the situation, quite honestly, could be you've been feeling defeated. You've been feeling like you can't believe in the situation, or you have disbelief in the situation. You've been creating self-sabotage for yourself. It's a destruction and disinterrogation of yourself in one level or another. Or you may just feel betrayed. Because, like I said, there is the 3 of abundance here. This could be speaking to you of a third-party situation and fighting inward and outwardly about what the truths are and figuring it out. But what they're trying to say, more or less, from the very first set of cards, is there is change coming in and you need to have strength. You've been having a problem. It's bringing you to strength right off the bat. You could be creating this abundance of this negative thing by sticking with it as well. You may just be fighting yourself in general. Yep, because the next thing out is virtue, which is the Three of Wands, asking you to think with integrity. Think with integrity. Like I said, a lot of this energy was saying, do you have a healthy level in astrology? Was saying, do you have a healthy level of self-wealth, self-worth, self-value, self-esteem? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you're worthy? Will you deem yourself to be worthy? Well, a lot of this has to do with where your life is going to go according to where your virtue is. Do you have virtue? Are you dealing with clarity and with integrity and clarity of who and what you are and what you desire and what you need? You must know that you have to deal with that first in order to move forward in a positive way. Otherwise, you're still going to be sitting in your shit in one form or another. You may be sitting in a stagnant place that feels uncomfortable because this is the Nine of Swords. Guilt, regret, doubt and fears and worries, having sleepless nights. Jekyll and Hyde as the warrior, fighting yourself, bringing me right back to the Princess of Swords. Very, very witty, very smart, very intelligent, but at the same time, overthinking it and really ripping herself apart is what I'm getting with this energy. And I'm getting it because you've been allowing yourself to think low, maybe about yourself or about the situation at hand. You've had disbelief in it. You have had distrust in it. You've had a lot of self-sabotage in it. Maybe there's been a reason for it. Maybe it's being true. Either way, they're saying it doesn't matter because they're coming out to where they're balancing. They're coming out saying, that there should be the virtue should be here. How you talk to yourself, what you believe in yourself, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. Make sure that you're thinking of yourself first, and are you addressing yourself in a healthy way, because this is what changes the situation and builds you strength. This is about, you're talking about the Lion's Gate, it's a time of major shifting change. So something about your situations are about to take a major shifting change. And it should be coming into new people, places, relationships that are helping you find who you are, acknowledge who you are, accept who you are. Ground yourself in your truth is what I just heard from them. And then start to move forward with new healthy relationships. But this may be dealing with the fact of having to let go of other star. Find your star. Maybe you're the star. This is the star card. It's asking you to find the righteous one. Maybe you're looking for the righteous one that's inside of you. Maybe it's acknowledging the right people that are with you. The star card always speaks to me of like hook, line, and sink. When you go fishing, you don't cast your line out there going, well, let me get the smallest fish in the ocean. That's not what you're after. You want the best of the best. It's asking you to go after the best of the best. But start off by believing and understanding you are one of the best. Hi, gorgeous boy. Mwah. Okay, let mommy finish her work. And he leaves. He's like, that's all I wanted. Princess of Cups is the next thing that's coming out. It's... The Princess of Cups is asking you to give and take. I was trying to, with everything that was going on, interpret it right. She's asking you to give and take. You know how they say fake it till you make it? I say this all the time. When it comes to manifestation, fake it till you make it only works when you believe in what you're faking. You can't lie to energy. So this is asking you to have the ability to dream and manifest what you desire to create. Bring to you possibly the love. Bring to you the job. Bring to you the life you wish to create. Bring to you the star. Cast out what you want. Like, and I don't mean cast it out. I mean like if you were casting out a line and going fishing. Cast out 4 the fish that you want. Whether it's a job, whether it's the career, whether it's a lover, what do you want? Figure out what it is you want and cast that line out there to get it, but acknowledge that you are worth it. Then, I'm being my thing up. My video is acting up, which means Spirit is definitely agreeing if the Spirit is messing up my video, and I'm getting incredibly hot again. So this is saying, more or less, find your inner fire. Find your inner fire and bring that manifestation forward. Bring that manifestation forward, but you must believe in it, or you can't fake it until you make it. Basically, it's about growth and higher abundance of knowing who and what you are. And what do you have to say? You're upside down. You're the card they want. This is Mercury. They're telling you to communicate with yourself and with others with details and what it is that truthfully is important to you. You need to actually communicate it. Like I said, the astrology was saying you had a lot to do with the relation and what the joint honest resources within those relationships. The joint resources, the joint funds, the joint efforts, are they joint? Are you doing your part? Because this is a rebirth for you. This is a brand new time for reincarnation. It can be, but you have to let the old ways go. You have to let the old ways that's not serving you go anymore so that it can be a new beginning. You have the opportunity for the new beginning of whatever it is that you're trying to create there. Emotional waters. Are you allowing that water? I said in the beginning, too, that I was being given, like chlorine, which is cleansing out your waters. This is letting go of what's not serving. What? This is going down deep. They're wanting you to get deep into what you're letting go of and recreate your magic. Because there's something, unfortunately, that you are creating from a negative standpoint is what I'm getting. This is going down deep and letting go so that you can start creating from your Neptune, which also is your 4th house, your inner emotional security. That's why I was drawn to it in the beginning. There's something about the situation that you have to realize is going against. It's a subconscious energy that of grief or sorrow that's been going against you, that's been keeping you in your fire in a negative way. And they're wanting you to learn that you're coming into your fire in a positive way. So you need to shift it so that you're moving yourself. Let me hit this deck real fast. They're definitely saying it has to do with your crown energy. I was saying before in the video that this has something to do with your heart not getting along. Your head is trying to run your heart, which is making you push things away. And they're telling you stop pushing things away. Finding a true balance within relationships that you're trying to create. Finding a true balance within them. Coming into a new, I feel like it's coming into a new self-value, self-worth, self-esteem. Rising it, believing in yourself again. Starting, and with Jupiter going direct, this is the things you've been learning from Jupiter in retrograde, now moving outwardly and learning how to work for you. And starting to be able to truthfully project it outwardly. See, because they're saying you've been spending too many, sad nights alone in your thoughts, in your thinking, beating yourself up. And it's to stop that. You've are with to gain. In much of these situations, you've held on vine for too long. The Queen of Wands is telling you either there is a person who's coming in who's going to bring inspiration, and you need to pay attention when they come into your situation, because I keep being told communication with details. Pay attention to these details. This person, or you're coming into a new level of ascending within yourself by letting that stuff go, because the cheetah always speaks to me of ascending in energy. It always speaks to us of changing our vibrational frequencies and evolving up. But she is all about bringing new motivation, new inspiration into your life and nurturing it. So, like I said, there should be brand new relationships coming forward that are bringing healing. But you've got to get past your subconscious hidden self that's been making you work against yourself. That's only half of who and what you are. And if you keep talking to yourself in that 12th house, in that negative thought, in those sorrow, grief, secrets that you hide from the world of yourself, you also aren't allowing your experience and your true desires, because you have to find a healing balance within it. And as you do so, it will move you forward. Let go of the burdens. Let go of the burdens. You've been carrying on to stuff for way too long, for whoever this is that I'm connecting with, because the Ace of Cups is here. You have a brand new beginning. You have a brand new beginning. You have the Holy Grail is here. You have a brand new eternal cup of life is being given to you, a brand new blessing. Will you see it? Will you acknowledge it? And will you move forward? It's actually a very great reading. It's just telling you exactly where things may have been going against you and where you need to move forward, because you've got, what is this? The Six of Swords. He's on this boat. He's going across. There's freaking swords in the boat. The water should be taking the boat down. He don't care. We're doing just fine. We're going to go across this water. We're going to get over to this other area, and everything is going to be beautiful. Everything is moving forward. This is taking a dagger in our sacred space and allowing it to outward connect with the world. This is the breakthrough. It's coming with the Ace of Cups. You have a brand new beginning coming your way. A brand new mindset. A more mature and objective mindset. A brand new balanced realization. This is also the gift and its obligations. Will you be responsible for them and move yourself forward? Or will you stay where you have been? The choice is yours. I think it seems pretty much like a very good reading. I would check back later. Like I said, it seems like the only thing that could possibly be getting in your way is you. So will you allow you to stay in your way? I love you guys. Bye.